Hello guys! Welcome back to my channel. It's Manu Raw Less. So in today's video, I would like to talk about my dance journey abroad in Portugal. So how did it happen and why Portugal? It all started with my first trip to Portugal and the second one when I decided that I'm gonna move there. They were both connected to my job. I went there as a dance teacher for the Ella event, and I immediately felt like this was my place on earth. I was like, I need to at least try to live there. With the time, I've decided that I have nothing to lose. I was at this point in my life when I was working, but also I felt like I want to grow. I need and I want to learn, and I also want to gain a different experience from a different perspective. And also, there was nothing that was holding me back, that I was like, I need to stay in my country. And I really, really needed some new kind of stimulation, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and it was like now or never, it was a perfect time in my life, and I was like, fuck it. I'm just gonna go there, Because after the event, after the second edition of Ella, I stayed in Lisbon for 1 week, already prepared to look for a job, for example, or, explore and see what's in there for me. If I actually can go there and start something on my own. So I was already prepared with my, curriculum vitae. I was already visiting, the dance school. Actually, it was the jazzy dance studio that the event was held in. After I came back from Portugal, it was December, I don't know the year, I think 2015 or 16. So it was December. I came back from there and I immediately started looking for a job and an apartment. I found one, and then I had some few like online job interviews. But yeah, I decided that I'm gonna go there and just, see what's gonna happen at the spot. It was 2 months later that I moved out. I was lucky enough to start, I think, almost immediately working with Jazzy Dance Studio, that also has a dancers and models agency. They organize a lot of castings and opportunities for dancers to participate in video clips, to go on tour with the artist and such. I started working with them. I had my Kudura and Afro House classes. Back then, my Portuguese wasn't that good, and I had to get used to a different culture. A lot of people there thought that I was from Portugal or from Brazil or from Spain, or like any place that would explain my look and then the way that I spoke. I think a lot of people also thought that maybe I'm, just playing. Like, what is she doing? Like, she can speak Portuguese. Why is she talking like that, Or why is she trying to speak English, Like, yeah, I was also surprised that not a lot of people spoke English there. Yeah, but, you go to their country, you need to adjust and you need to learn. There was a bit of frustration sometimes when I couldn't, explain what I wanted to say. I couldn't really express myself. And then on top of that, people, I think they treated me like, somebody who should already speak Portuguese, or who speaks Portuguese but pretends not to, that it's just the feeling that I had. But coming back to dance, so yeah, I started working at Jazzy Dance Studios, and then one day I've had a casting to a commercial. Usually what happens there, and very often in Poland too, they send you the last minute message that tomorrow you are going to have a casting for this and that, or if you are available today or tomorrow, or maximum in 2 days time you have this or that, you know. So it's very crazy, and you really need to be available and open if you really want to work in the industry, because if you have, you know, a regular job, then you cannot allow yourself to appear at any time they want to see you perform and then decide whether you're good for the job or not. So yeah, I was like, let's do this, and this was my first casting there, and I made it, the first casting there, and I won the main role. This was for the Sumo commercial.
Porque nos apetece.
Por princípio.
Por prazer. Por tudo.
E por nada. Com apenas 6 calorias e sem adição de açúcar. Novo Sumol Remix. Tudo no sabor, nada no açúcar.
On the casting, I basically needed to dance first myself, then I needed to dance with other dancers, like do some kind of interaction, and then they gave me the, you know, the can with the drink, and I needed to, you know, just needed to drink it. Like, I don't even remember how I did it, you know, but I got it. So that probably like, the recording was on a day that was quite cold, and it was on top of the very high building. So I remember it was really windy, and we've been recording since 1 p.m. or something like that until the evening. So yeah, I remember it was cold. My outfit was I didn't have any sleeves on, and I needed to drink this cold ass drink. It's actually funny because I didn't really, you know, drink it from, like, you have a can and you have this thing that you do, like, right, and you drink it from this little thing. They actually made a small, you know, hole in there for me to just, you know, sip, like, even more in a classy way, because if I did it, you know, from a can like normally people do, I would probably have everything in here and it wouldn't be that sexy at all. I remember my nose was running, and, you know, when we had a chance, the people who helped us with the makeup and such needed to come to me, just, you know, put the paper inside my nose to take care of that, and then just, you know, 5 seconds later, okay, next cut. We needed to repeat the same thing over and over again for them to have the best cut possible. And actually, it was really funny because, you know, at that time my Portuguese wasn't that good. Before the actual recording, we had a rehearsal with this girl who was my partner, and, you know, because of my accent, we needed to practice a lot. I think I had something to say like por tudo y por nada, something like that, you know. And they were like, oh, you need to say that this way. But it was really fun, you know. It was really fun. They were trying different things on us, like, you know, to say it with more intensely, or with more passion, or like you're pissed off, or, you know, just a little bit of acting thing, you know. So this was really fun and cool to see how they actually worked before doing this. After this one, there was this amazing project with RTP Africa. In May, there is Africa Day. They wanted to record like a commercial spot, something they can put in between the programs or commercials. I was in this, you know, black studio just dancing, doing some stuff that then they put some, you know, images on or some graphics.
Vários são os ritmos, vários somos todos. África só há uma. RTP África, vários mundos, uma só língua.
Then I also had Intermarché commercial, and this was really fun because I needed to, you know, dance with fruit and vegetables and sing to the broccoli.
Estimados clientes, bem-vindos ao nosso aniversário. Neste aniversário, há festa em toda a loja.
In this case, the outfit wasn't sexy at all. My fro needed to be, you know, hidden because I needed to look like somebody who works there. But yeah, I still had fun, and I think the outcome was really good. There were also commercials that actually didn't appear on TV. I think there was one of the drink that I danced with two guys. We just had this, you know, like dance exchange. I think it has never appeared on TV, but of course the good thing is we had our money, everything as it should be. It's just that no one has ever seen this commercial actually. And then there was one Super Box, so this is like the beer company. We traveled, I think that maybe 1.5 hours outside Lisbon. It was like a long trip. We need to shoot it at night, so it was like, you know, this kind of party thing. The funny thing is that actually you cannot see me and the other dancers that were chosen in this commercial, but still, you know, as long as they pay, I'm fine with that. But yeah, we had, you know, like some particular specific shoots only for us. I've never seen the outcome. I've seen the actual commercial, but I couldn't see myself in it. So yeah, but it's like that, you know, if they like if you don't actually fit, because the commercial is only like what, 30 seconds long, it's not that you will always appear there. Besides commercials, which was like really fun, there was also this project Brasa Fit. So this was the like the fitness program. We also had a lot of recordings with Brasa. Then we've appeared on YouTube, and we had a performance with that. So yeah, I was one of the people who were part of Brasa in Lisbon. Then come video clips. I already knew a lot of people from there, so it was definitely an advantage that, you know, a friend, for example, called me and told me that tomorrow we have some recording. My very first time video clip in Lisbon, I was staying after the Ella event. I got a message from BYŁAM. She asked me if I am available for doing a video clip because one of the girls couldn't make it. It was like even the same day, or like, of course, a very short notice. So it was a Georgie clip.
Meu povo é pobre, mas que ela Canada. O que que não tem? Não tá vive de ti, não tá. Come baby, come baby, come baby, come baby, come baby, come baby. Aqui é povo gosta. Come baby, come baby, come baby, come baby, come baby, come baby. Ela que nós é bom. Come baby, come baby, come baby, come baby, come baby, come baby. Aqui é povo gosta.
Don't you play with me, no. Mama, mama.
Mina tu saka muke.
sacode, 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 tira o pó do esqueleto.
Só não convido você porque você não presta. Quem sabe demais, quem nunca chorou, quem nunca perdeu tudo, nunca viu o carnaval. Quem pensa demais, quem nunca falhou, quem nunca ficou louco, não fugiu do carnaval. Quem sabe demais, quem nunca chorou, quem nunca...
Põe açúcar, quero dançar, me tem mais açúcar. Quero dançar, me tem mais açúcar. Quero dançar, quero dançar, quero dançar.
Then there was also a stage performance experience with BYŁAM and Jazzy Dance Studios, who created this Electra show during the music festival. We've been rehearsing for a few weeks with the dancers that I already knew at that time. 25 minutes to 30 minutes of performance. We had different kind of music. We interacted with the public, and every one of us also had their 30-second solo.
Are you ready?
Of course, I needed to do my Beyonce mode. Anytime that I could work there, I was really happy because dance was my only job there. Portugal actually showed me that you can live off your passion, you know, you can earn money doing what you love, and this may be your only job. It's not easy. There were times when I didn't have that much work, you know. There were weeks when I only had few hours of my own regular class, and that's it. I also used as much as I could there. Used the school a lot because if I wasn't working, I was working myself, practicing myself, or renting the studio, the room, and just dancing. I also participated in a lot of classes there. Whenever I had time or energy to do that, I participated in classes to just, you know, learn something new, see how other people are working. Either something happens, and if it happens, there happen a lot of things. Tomorrow you have a casting, then you have, you know, your class, then you have recording, then something new comes up. Or there was a period when, as I said before, I only had my classes and no additional things to do, and, you know, just waiting for new opportunities to come. I also think that if I stayed there longer, maybe I would even have more chances, you know, to work more on stage with artists. And there is always room for improvement. There is always much more that you can do. But at the same time, I also felt like I have already done, well, I don't want to say everything, but at that time I felt like I have already done like everything that I've wanted, maybe, or like I felt satisfied enough to go back. There wasn't much happening at that time, so yeah, I was like, maybe it's time to, you know, to try something different, gain some other experience also in a different area of my life. It taught me a lot of the things, not only dance-wise, about life in general. Some of the experience was good, some of them not, but all in all, if I had another chance to do that, I would definitely go there again. I think that everything happens for a reason. Everything has, you know, its own timeline and the time to happen in life. So to sum up, whenever you have a chance to go abroad and work there, not necessarily with dance, whatever it is that you love doing, it's good to gain different experience, get to know people. It teaches you a lot. If you have any other questions about my dance journey in Portugal, don't hesitate to comment down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And I'm going to see you in the next one. Bye!